Hi guys, Nigel here with you, Nigel's Modelling Bench, and here we've got another review for you, another kit review. As you know, I did a review with this one, I believe it was last week. I talked about these Thunder Model Scamels. This is the R100, and this is something I've been tinkering with this week. I say tinkering with, I haven't done any real sort of concentrated getting stuck in and building it, but I'm just tinkering with it, so having fun with it, should we say. One question I do have for the Scamel Pioneer aficionados out there, I know there's a lot of them. I'm looking at this air cleaner on the front of the box, and it has this conical upper area here, and yet when you actually look at the kit part, it's cylindrical. Okay, so you're looking at it from that kind of angle. I've got the stick here stuck in the side where that air inlet's coming in. So yeah, it's straight. So which is correct, this or that, or both of them, or what? Is one early, one late, or something? Please let me know in the comments below. I'd be interested to know. I can't find anything about it. But anyway, this isn't the kit I'm going to review because I've already done that one. This is the kit I'm going to review, and this has just come in the post a couple of days ago. Bought this from eBay Germany, and I saw that eBay now actually charge the VAT up front, so you don't get stuck with that horrible £12 fee. But it was only about 28 quid anyway or something, or £25. You know, so to pay a £12 fee for charging the VAT would be a bit of an insult, really. So this is the again, it's a Thunder Models kit, so I know it's going to be nice. 35th scale British 7.2 inch howitzer. We've got Chinese and Japanese and Korean and stuff across the bottom here. The kit number is 35211. And on the side of the box here we can see we've got some information about the history of the actual gun, which I haven't read. I haven't opened the box. You can see it's still got the Thunder Models seal on it, unopened. And going around the end of the box, we've got the kit number here again. We've got an image of the actual model itself with the R100 in the background. So we've got okay, kit TM 35911, 35211. So I'm guessing that's a misprint. 140 plus plastic parts, slide molded, finely reproduced details, plastic molded tyres. Yes. Basic ammo and tools detail included, PE Decal Sheet and Decals, glue and paints are not included. This is not a toy, keep away from children, made in China, thundermodel.com. Other end of the box here we can see we've got more information, and on the back here we've got some of the other products they make. This is the Scamel tank transporter with the gooseneck trailer. This Morris Bofors gun, which is beautiful. This Canadian LRD truck, which is beautiful. This is something I want to do. Apparently that's a beautiful kit to make. And then we've got a Canadian trailer there. So very much a sort of British theme going on here, other than that one there. But yeah, very nice indeed. So let's get this open and have a look inside the box. So again, this is a Thunder Models kit. So we've got a Thunder Models box, obviously, which I believe are probably the best in the industry. They're awesome. I mean, you can chuck this about, drop it about, you're not going to damage the corners or anything. You know, you imagine doing that with a Revell box, but I'm putting all the weight I can on the ends there. So yeah, really good quality. So here we go. So God, those wheels are big. So inside the box, we've got obviously a flipped up opening box, which I really like. So in here we've got some separately bagged sprues. So we've got two sprues there. They look to be identical. Yes, they are. So we've got some ramps there, and those wheels are massive. Look at the size of those wheels. They're nearly 50 millimeters. They're like 48 mil. They're huge. So there we go. So two sprues in that bag. We've got one sprue in that bag, so we've got our gun barrel here, which is in 2 halves, but that's no problem. It's just standard modelling skills to glue 2 halves together. You don't need aluminium barrels. Having said that, I may actually turn up an aluminium barrel for this because it looks quite simple. So there we go, there's that. And then we've got a third sprue in here, so this is a third bag, should I say. And there's, obviously, this is the chassis and the chassis rails. Then we've got a colour call out here, all in ammo MIG. Yeah, you know what I think of them. So we do some cross-referencing, and we've got these are going to be the tools and bits and pieces and some shells. the colour of them there. We've also got some decals for the shells as well, which is a nice touch. Got the two sheets as usual. This side is blank. They are very, very glossy, so I'm hoping I'm not glaring you out. You can see the colours up there called out in the Ammo MIG colours. Yeah, very nice images indeed. So they've got some weathering steps recommended here using the Ammo MIG products. So here we've got the that's interesting. This scheme here is the SCC1A and SCC2. Now this is very, very strange, because you see when you look at the Scammell, the R100, they don't actually have the SCC1A and the SCC2 scheme in the colour diagrams. They only have the SCC2 with the black. Okay, now, and they're saying here this is Europe 1945. Now I guess this gun could have been painted before 1945 and just hanging around in those colours, but this scheme here is basically for I think it's pre-44. So SCC2 and SCC1A are the colours I'm doing my Scammell R100 in. And here's the chassis. Here you can see that's the SCC1A, this sort of brown colour. And then you've got this camouflage, that could be either in the black or the SCC1A. So it's very, very strange that they've got it on this in 45, and yet the Scammell is called up as being somewhere in 1942, but they've got it in the green and brown rather than the black and brown. So it's very, very strange. And then here we've got 1944, and this has got the stone grey camouflage on the underside. I don't know why they would have that. And then they've got the SCC2. So as for the accuracy of this, I don't know, but I can assure you that those two colours were in use on British equipment up to like 1944, I think it is. I'm sure somebody will correct me in the comments, and I'm sure somebody in the comments can tell me everything I need to know. But please don't link another video or another channel or something in the comments below, because if you do, your comment will be removed by YouTube. So instruction sheet there, it's got a nice little book type instruction sheet printed out in black and white. I do like these standard model instructions, they're very, very straightforward. And then we've got a tiny little photo etch sheet here with two photo etch sheets with some little bits and pieces. We've got a piece of copper wire there, and then we've got our decal sheet. Let's have a look at those decals. If my hands are a bit grubby, I'm sorry. I've been working on my full-size Land Rover, so I tend to get dirty hands, although we're pretty much done now with the cleaning and blasting and everything, so everything is pretty clean. But there we go. There's our decal sheet. So you can sort of read the stuff on there, and there's all the information we need. So we've got some markings there for our shells and everything, and then we've got these two little photo etch sheets here, which they look to be like straps and stuff. Yeah, the kit number is 35211, not 911. So there we go. So straps and buckles and stuff by the look there, or handles. And then we've got some other bits and pieces there, more handles by the look of it. I'm sure we'll know more when we look at the instructions. And I know that some people don't like me doing this. You don't like me doing reviews fresh off the bat without having looked at anybody else's build or looked at anything else. But I like doing like this. So there we go. Right, so let me try and straighten this page out a bit. There we go, that's lovely. Check you're all in screen. Yes, you are. So on the front of here, we've got a picture of the built-up model, and then we've got telling us what we can do, go through the assembly guide, download PDF and assembly instructions, use plastic kits, cement and tools, follow painting guide, only use hobby paints, work carefully with photo etch parts, and use CA glue to assemble them. And then we've got all that, probably the same information down here in a couple of other languages. And then here's our legend, like drill holes and string or wire, rope, PE, press rivets, lines from the etch off side. So there we go. And then we've got some history here all about the gun, what it was used for, and apparently it was pulled by a Scammell Pioneer artillery tractor R100. And there's another little tidbit for you there, and then there's the back of the body there. So yeah, it's coming on, and there's the cab, looking lovely. So starting off here with a great big toolbox, you're going to make 2 of those. And then you've got 4 of each of these shells going together, which is nice. And then you've got these PE straps going on there. And then you've got this thing here, which is obviously some sort of loading mechanism. I'll do some research and find out what it's all about. And then telling us here, chassis frame parts are delicate, work carefully and glue in short sections, checking fit and joins through the whole step. Wording like that in instructions is so helpful. If you look at like Airfix or Revell, where you've just got, you know, it's so nice to have wording like this to tell you, you know, just be a bit careful, take your time and do little sections at a time and end up looking nice. I'm going to do a video build of this because I'm going to build it pretty much straight away. I've got the U9 on the go waiting for research. I've got Titanic on the go waiting for sprue goo to dry. And I've got this Scammell R100 on the go. Apparently somebody emailed me or put a message in one of my videos and said this is a very quick build, it's a very small build. So it's something I'm going to build in one video and then do another video on the painting and go from there. So yeah, it's something I just want to put together, and all this bloody cutting about details and stuff and everything. And I need to get the B52 finished as well. So there we go, chassis going together there. It's telling us to drill some holes. And there we are. Try and get these pages to separate. Oh, come on. There we go. So we've got the chassis, that's all the chassis done there by the look of it. And then going over the page, we're going to add some little PE bits and pieces, some little tiny brackets, so they're all going to look lovely. And then we've got the towing eye there going on, and that's going to form part of the base plate for the firing mechanism, I guess, for the anchor mechanism. It's going to sit on the ground. I guess that plate is to help stop it digging in. We've got this assembly going on here. This is part of the loader, is it, or part of the breech? And then we've got the breech. Yeah, that is the breech there by the look of things. That's all going together there. And then we've got the raising mechanism or the elevating mechanism. All very finely detailed by the look of it. Lots of rivets and bits and pieces. We've got some little PE brackets going on there. So that's all going to look very, very flimsy and fragile and beautifully to scale. Doing our gun barrel halves together. Fitting on the breech on the back of there, and then we're loading everything onto the actual chassis itself. And then over the page here we've got some little wire handles. This is a typical Thunder Models thing. They have you make the handles from 0.5 wire, whatever, rather than supply them as plastic kit parts. So you need to get yourself some 0.5 brass wire, or you could use like a paper clip. Anything that's, you know, around about it doesn't have to be exactly 0.5. A piece of 0.5 in 35th scale is going to be like 17 millimeters in scale, which is about that, so it might be a bit big, so you might want to go for sort of 0.4, so it's a bit more slender. You know, just because it says 0.5 doesn't mean you have to. And then we've got this, looks like the aiming sight here, so that's probably going to be a nicely detailed part, and then that's going to go up with that gun there to keep everything all in tandem together. And then finally we're assembling the wheels together, typical Thunder Model style, with the centre part of the tread and the two external parts going on. And then we've got a little loop eye there going on. I'm not sure what that is exactly, but we'll see in the plastic parts. And we've got these two hand wheels going on here. Sprue call out in the back. It's telling us we've got our optional parts here, so we've got some chocks and everything. So I'm guessing these chocks will fit into the back of these here, in the back of the R100. So got those little frames there. So be interesting to see how that all goes. And then blank page on the back. It doesn't say this page was left blank intentionally. I don't know why they do that. Right, so there we go. So we've looked at our colour callouts. Let's have a look at some of these sprues. So the first sprue here is, I'm going to move the light over so it's a bit better for you. Oopsie daisy, there we go. Got some better light for you now. So the first sprue here looks like it's all chassis and everything. So this is sprue A, as luck would have it. So we've got our side rails there of our chassis. We've got the upper bottom, the top and bottom sections there, either of each, I don't know. And then there's the actual internal ribbing for the chassis that's going around in here. We've got some little bits and pieces here with some beautiful detail on there. I'll show you close up in a second. And then we've got some other bits and pieces here. A little bit of seam line on there, but that's nothing too much to worry about. And we've got some lovely nut and bolt detail on there, beautifully done. Got some lovely rivet detail on here. We've got the positions there where those lifting handles go in, the 0.5mm bended wire, or bent wire should I say. Rivet detail again on here, stunning. We've Very, very nicely done indeed. Very clean, very sharp. No ejector pin marks that are going to, like, you know, there's nothing on there on that loading trough. It looks like there's no ejector pin marks that are going to cause us any issues visually, because what they've done is, rather than put an ejection pin mark in there, they've actually got these tabs like this one here and this one here, and they mean they can put an ejector pin in there. You've got this one here, this part of the toolbox there. So let's give you a close-up view of all this. We can see some lovely rivet detail on there. It's difficult to show on this light grey plastic, but it's all there, all nicely done, all cleanly moulded. Beautiful bolt head design. That's going to look lovely with the wash and everything on it. There we go. Very, very nice indeed. And that's what I was talking about here. We've got the little bit of a heavy seam line around there, but that's going to be nothing to sand off. We need to sand that off anyway because it's a round part and we want to get rid of the seam. So yeah, all very nicely done. And then next bag here, another sprue on its own. Cut the end of the bag off. So we've got a gun barrel there in 2 halves. Part of the breech, I'm guessing. Another part of the breech here. We've got the gear for the raising mechanism. Again, we've got some pretty heavy seam lines around here, but I'd sooner have seam lines any day than bloody ejector pin marks. So yeah, all nicely done. Some very, very slender little bits and pieces. I think there's some of the toolbox there, isn't it? And again, on the back side, no real ejector pin marks are going to cause us any issues here. Those 2 there, that one there and that one there might be an issue, but then, oh no, because they're going to go onto there, so they're going to be covered up. So yeah, nothing to worry. Got some ejector pin marks in there. Now whether they're going to be on the back side and not visible, I don't know, but they're going to need a quick little sanding just to get rid of them. We've got some in there as well. I'm not sure if that's going to be a problem, but other than that, it's all very, very cleanly moulded. Lovely rivet detail, very, very sharp and crisp, and nicely done. So you can see there we've got beautiful detail and everything. I'll show on the back, we've got these ejector pin marks in there, you can see, and we've got some inside there as well. So a little bit of sanding, as they're all raised, I think, so just they're going to take seconds to get rid of. So there we go. All very nicely done. And then our final bag, which has got 2 sprues in it, so these are going to be they're not mirrored sprues, because if they were mirrored sprues they'd be opposites. They're the same sprues. So put one to one side. So looking at the back side there, front side here, we've got massive ramps. God knows where they would be stored. Probably in the back of there. So this one is basically our wheels, as you can see, and then we've got the centre of the tread area there. We've got our hand wheels there for our gun, part of the loading mechanism, toolboxes, and then we've got the shells and everything here, and some little greeblies and bits and pieces, which are very nice indeed. We can see on there we've got the wheel detail, which is very nice. We've got our shells, cartridges, bags, whatever you call them. I'm not very familiar with them. Ammo. There's the back face of the wheel, which is nicely done. There's no name or anything on the tyres. There's no, I don't know if there would have been in real life. There's nothing on there, so some lifting eye there by the look of it. Right, the toolboxes. Very nicely done indeed. And you can see there those shells are actually not halves, they're slide moulded. So quick clean up on the seam. There's going to be a very, very small seam on there to sand out, you can see there, which is nothing much at all. So yeah, very nicely done. And for, like I said, I think I got it from Germany. It was about 25 quid, I think, plus it was 20 €29.99 all in posted. So bargain. But it's available in the UK as well. I just found it on eBay and thought I'd buy it because it was cheaper. So there we go. All in all, 4 sprues. As we can see here, it's going to be a very quick little build. It's one of those models I think you could build the whole thing and then paint it afterwards. There's only 1 or 2 colours involved. So as I said, I'm going to do a build of this pretty much straight away, and I'm going to do a build. I'll do a build video of the build, and it'll be 100% built, and then we'll do another video for the painting or whatever, and then we'll see how it looks on this scamel. I'm just looking now at the pintle on the scamel has got the bracket across the top, so we may well have to cut the towing eye wherever it may be. Where is it? That's going to be it there, so we may have to split that open and just open it up, or put a little slot in it or something so it doesn't notice. But there we go. So that's got to go over that somehow. Maybe bend the hook back. We'll get there. So there we are. Thanks for watching. This has been a review of the Thunder Models kit number 35211 British 7.2 inch Howitzer. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all soon, and bye for now.